healed over the last week or so, or is that something that flared up again?
Well, it was better, but after I heard a crack all over when I hit somebody with the neck. I heard all cracks, so it's not as bad, but just I heard the cracks. It wasn't a great feeling.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it, was
Yeah.
And after Reggie hit that three with about 5 minutes left that put you guys up 4, I know they were double teaming and trapping you and trying to get you to give up the ball a lot, but what did you see from the shots and the selection, and what did you think about the opportunities that you were able to get guys across the floor?
Great shots. If I have another game, next game, if they're gonna double me, I'm gonna still do the same thing. Today, just the shots didn't go in, but I'll trust my teammates anytime.
Luka, Jason said being part of a champion, a leader, you got to trust your teammates. Is that kind of your thinking there at the end? But 5 seconds to go, you gave it up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not gonna shoot over 2. Somebody's open. I think that was a good play. I'll do it again.
Luka, you truly have an opportunity to be an all-time great. And when you look at the all-time greats, they all have specific characteristics that describe their game, the way they play. What would be a characteristic that describes the way you play in your game?
I think you shouldn't ask me that. You should ask others there. I don't know. You ask other people what they think about my game.
Okay, we'll move to Spanish. We'll question in Spanish one.
Luka, a pesar de las altas y bajas esta temporada, se encuentra en una buena posición en el oeste. Sin embargo, las pasadas 2 playoffs se eliminaron en la primera ronda. Mi pregunta es, ¿qué realmente le hace falta a este equipo para no sufrir una eliminación tan temprana en estos próximos playoffs?
Bueno, queda mucho hasta los playoffs. Primero hay que entrar. Lo más importante es intentar llegar a lo más arriba que podemos, así que tenemos ventaja de casa. Y bueno, luego jugar duro e intentar ganar, darlo todo.
One more in Spanish.
Hola, saludos, te habla Rafa de Zona de 3. ¿Estás de acuerdo con el formato del All-Star Game? Ya que yo, de mi parte, pensaba que iba a estar en el cuadro regular del oeste. ¿Estás de acuerdo con...?
Bueno, yo creo que las reglas son las reglas. Yo no me quiero meter nada, así que como la NBA lo vea, así será. Así que yo no tengo opinión sobre eso.
Gracias.
Okay, we've got one final one on Zoom in English. Landon.
Hey, Luka, your team wins 3 out of the 4 quarters, but the Magic score 41 in that second quarter. What are some of the lessons that your team took away from that second quarter within a game that you ultimately lose by 2?
I mean, it shouldn't happen, 41 is a lot of points. Obviously, they're an NBA team, they have young guys. They have a lot of talent, they play hard, and they showed that today, They play with heart, they play hard, and they showed that. But we shouldn't give up 41 points in 1 quarter.
I lied. Cal's got one more.
Yeah, sorry, Luka. Jason has mentioned over the last few games about trying to challenge you in different ways to see how you respond. Like in Portland, he played you for like the first 17 minutes straight, and you played the first quarter straight a bunch of games in a row now. What have you thought about the way he kind of goes about challenging you and giving you things that he kind of wants to test you to see how it'll be in the playoffs? And do you guys talk about that, or do you just wait to see what comes your way and answer it from there?
I mean, that's fine, yeah. I don't care, As long as I play, I don't mind. But I think last couple games have been good, That playing first quarter has been good for me. And I think for now, we'll stick to that. But, in playoffs, I might have to play more, but that's a long time to go.
Do you think that's a good thing for your relationship, and that like he wants to challenge you, and that he thinks you've responded well, and that he trusts you to kind of?
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. Yeah, for sure. We talk a lot, so it's a good relationship, and we just tell each other, what we see, and it's a good.
Thanks.
Thank you, Luka.
Thanks.
All right, we'll go ahead and start with questions in the room. Zoom. Callie,
The second night of a back-to-back, or maybe some lax expectations against, a team that had only had 10 wins before tonight. Can you quite put your finger on why you guys weren't able to kind of find that rhythm and that dominance you felt?
Yeah, I think it's always tough coming off a back-to-back, but, you can never, say that Orlando is shorthand or whatever. At the end of the day, all these guys are great players. They all play in the NBA. I think it just took us a long time to get into the game. I think second half we came out, we made great plays on defensive end, but our whole goal is bringing the same energy the whole game, and that's for me to everyone. I could have brought more energy in the first half, and that's something that I look to do in further games.
And for your role specifically, knowing that Tim's not going to be there for at least a while, how does that impact the way you approach things or the way that coaches are kind of explaining your role to you at this point?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Tim's a big part of our team, and we miss him, and we hope everything goes well for him. But for me, my goal is it's the same thing as if he was here. Bringing energy and just doing whatever I can do to help the team out at the end of the day. And with him being gone, I have trust in everyone else that we're all going to pick up the way we play to try to at least fill in some part of what he was able to bring to the team.
Josh, the fourth quarter defense was really pretty stifling, but overall this week you guys haven't quite played the same way that you played. Just any concerns, or is it just stuff that's happening during the game that feels different?
No, I don't think there's no concern for us. I think we go back to the drawing boards, go back to practice, work on what we need to work on. Like I said, I think a big part of it was just bringing energy in the first half. I think we need to be the first team. We need to be the first person to hit. We can't let a team come out and hit us with energy. That's what we need to be known for. Our defense has been at a high level, and we need to continue to do that at a high level.
About the turnovers, just how do you?
Yeah, I mean, turnovers is a big part of the game. If we're turning the ball over a lot of times, that's that can never help you. So, I mean, it's been a big emphasis. We've done a great job in the last couple games, and not even the last couple games, last however many it's been, and it's I had a couple turnovers tonight, and I think it's it's just something we need to be a little bit safer with the ball and limit our mistakes. But at the end of the day, it's not always going to be perfect, so we just need to be able to bounce back and make sure that we play smart next game.
The exact situation with KP is going forward, but how do you feel like you were able to capitalize tonight and in some recent games with the extended playing time?
I mean, regardless whether I play a lot or play little, I'm going to try to make the most out of my opportunity. Tonight, getting extended minutes, just try to do that to the best of my ability, just play hard defense, rebound when I can, and just try to be out there and impact the game in whatever way that I can, Hopefully that KP gets healthy as soon as possible, but hopefully I can keep up playing well as long as he's gone and just try to fill my role to the best of my ability.
Can you put your finger quite on why you guys weren't able to have maybe the energy and that kind of confidence in the role that you've had of late tonight?
I think we just kind of had a slow second quarter. Then we came out at halftime with better energy, and I think we kind of waited too long to turn it back on. And it just shows, it's an NBA team, and they're going out there to compete and win, and anybody can lose.
Yeah, Jason, I guess when you look at the game as a whole, can you quite put your finger on why the guys were never able to find a rhythm and find that dominant form of late?
Well, I think it's just, look at the schedule, we come and play, gave ourselves a great opportunity there. We played defense like we have been in the month of January, those last 3 minutes to give ourselves a chance. We got great looks offensively. They just didn't go down. And that's the game, that's basketball at its best. It's a make or miss league. We had 5 or 6 great opportunities at threes that were wide open. Luka did an incredible job of finding the guys, and we just have to make shots.
I was going to ask you if it was 8 straight threes to close the game before Reggie's last second chance there. Did you like that the guys were looking more for three, or what did you, just think of this shot selection overall?
Yeah, I thought every three, even Reggie's there at the end, was good. When you look at Maxi had great looks, Dorian had great looks, and so, they took the ball out of Luka's hands, and he made all the right plays. The guys were wide open. We just have to be able to make shots, and that's just a lesson learned. We talked about it. As we get going forward here, someone else is going to have to make a shot for us because they're going to take the ball out of Luka's hand, and this was a perfect example of that. And we'll learn from this, and we'll move forward, and we'll get better.
Your thoughts on Marquise Chris and just the way he worked in and really not playing a whole lot here lately? Just seemed in the second half you had a real impact on what you were doing defensively.
Yeah, I think you look at what the coaching staff has done with players who haven't been getting, a lot of minutes. Those guys are ready, and so the coaches, have done a great job, and then also the players who aren't getting minutes, they're ready, when their name is called. And so tonight is a perfect example that KP's not with us, and Marquise steps right in and helps us and puts us in a position to, win the game. And that's just for Trey or for anybody who's not getting a lot of minutes. Those guys have been ready to play if there's an injury or COVID. And so you tip your hat to the coaching staff and also to those players.
Jason, when Luka gave it up with 5.5, did you think he had a chance to get it back, or did you want him to try to get it back
No,
there?
he did everything right. That's what champions do, and that's what leaders do. They trust that their teammates are going to make the right play and knock down a shot. And when that happens, as we move forward here, it's just going to make the game so much easier for him because he's the quarterback, and he gave up the ball. Again, he made the right plays tonight down the stretch, and unfortunately, we weren't able to make one of those 8 threes.
Coach, talk about quarterback. You were one of the best on the court. You see the game through a completely different lens. Take your playing career. How does that help you as a coach and coaching a guy like Luka and the rest of his team?
Yeah. Luka's a little bit bigger than I am, or taller, and so he has a different window. But his IQ is extremely high. He sees all the passes. He can make all the passes. He's unselfish, as we see tonight, and it's fun to watch because he plays the game the right way. He has fun playing. And then you look at Brunson, our other quarterback. He does the same thing. He makes all the right plays, and they're both growing out there playing together. And so, it's fun because you can try different things when you have a talent like that.
Okay, we've got a couple on Zoom. Ian?
Yeah, Jason, Orlando scored 26 points off of turnovers tonight. Is it the second night of a back-to-back that can affect heavy legs that affect turnovers, or is it just one of those nights where, the ball kind of ends up in the other team's hands a lot?
Yeah, we talked about it. I think we jinxed them before the game. We talked about how well they were playing, about not turning the ball over, but it just happens. There's no excuse. We don't talk about excuses. You give credit to Orlando. They got their hands on on the ball, made some deflections or steals, and for us, we have been doing a good job of taking care of the ball, and we just didn't do that this evening.
Okay, and one more from Landon.
Hey, Coach, talk about the final 20 seconds where Maxi gets the rebound, you're down 1, and you try to call a timeout before the turnover, but the ref doesn't see you.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate play with the mask. Benny said he didn't hear me call timeout, and so that's unfortunate because, again, I thought our defense gave us a chance there. We get the stop and we get the rebound, and we all had talked about we're taking a timeout, and unfortunately they made a heck of a play to get a steal. But with all that being said, we get a great look to win the game.